Hello and welcome to this beginner's guide of Starfield. My name's Steve Woody and in this video I'm going to be showing you around New Atlantis. We're going to be covering everything there is to know, and it's not going to take that long. So right now we're standing in front of the mast building. This is the main building. If we were to look up, it has the huge dolphin fin that you'll see in the middle of the building here. You can see underneath there is the train. There are 3 ways that you can move around within the city. You can walk around everywhere. You can use the train network to get to the main locations, or you can simply press M and go to your map. Here, as you can see, I can quick travel to any of the locations, the commercial district, the mast district that I'm in now, and there is also the residential district. I can also go to the lodge as well, which is another building that we use quite a lot. So the New Atlantis, if I was to go here, that would take me to the spaceport. So there is the spaceport, there is the mast district, there is also the commercial district, and there is the lodge, and you can go to any of those places. Alright, so let's just go back. And what I'm going to do right now is show you around, and the best way I can do that is I'm going to head on top of this building right now. So I can go either way, left or right. It doesn't really matter. And if I head over here, just go through this garden. It doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you can get there. We can actually use our jetpack. We can jump up here. Alright. And this path will actually allow us to get up onto this fin. So if I do this, it's going to allow me to show you around a lot easier. So I'm not going to have to explain it as much. So we're just going to jump up here. As you can see, you can walk all the way up. You can get right up the top of it. Well, up to the bend in the fin. Just might need to use your jetpack to get there. But you won't fall off. You will be quite good. Just make sure you don't run out of oxygen. Alright. So it's a beautiful day. There's not really much to see out the back there. The spaceport is over to the right behind this building here. In fact, we can have a quick look at that. You can get around there this way. Just simply by kind of running around the side here. Alright, so let's just run around here so I can show you. Alright, so there's the spaceport. You can see a ship down there on the right in the distance. Try not to jump off the edge if you can help it. It's quite a long way down. I will just show you off the edge there. Okay, so there we go. There's the back of the mast building. So you can see the spaceport is just there, and that's the way you'd normally come in. You'd normally come in through the spaceport down the bottom there. Alright, so on this side, which is, if we were looking at mast, this would be the left-hand side if we were looking at mast. This is the residential side. So the residential side is full of tower blocks. These tower blocks, you might live in one, depending on the path that you took your background. Maybe your parents are still alive. Maybe you opted for the apartment that you own, where you're having to pay that fee. If you have that, then you can go in there. These are the buildings. You'll be able to access some of them. There are some shops that are scattered about underneath where you can buy some things, maybe food, just some basics, and they'll be underneath there. So you can go around to that residential area, see some of the tower blocks, explore and look around. That is something that is available to you should you wish to do it. We're not going to go over there though, there's no real need to do that. It's just elevators that tell you don't have access. Okay, this is the lodge. We go to the lodge quite a bit. This is it here. You can see it there. So if we're at the front, this is the front of the mast building in front of me. So if we come out of the mast building and turn right through the gardens to the lodge, you can fast travel directly there if you need to. And then right next to the lodge is the residential area. So there you go. Okay, straight in front we've got the garden area, and then it bends around to the commercial area. So this is the commercial side. Here we can see the bank, Gal Bank on the right there. They have the medical centre on the left there, and then we have the news network over by the airport as we go back round. Alright, so that's got our orientation. We pretty much understand everything now. So from the mast building, we know we've got residential. If we're looking at the mast building, we've got residential on the left, we've got the lodge back left, we've got commercial on the right, and we've got spaceport far right. Alright, so that helps us out. So now we understand everything. So let's just jump down here. We're going to jump right down to where we started. Okay, so this is exactly where we was when we started. Back to where we are. So we can go into the mast building. The mast building is where the Vanguard is. This is an area where we can go and do our Vanguard training. We can look at the museum that's inside there. It has a good museum inside. There's a lot of stuff you can do in there. You can also use the train if you need to move around. We're not going to do that. We know the lodge. We've been over there for missions already. Again, we're not going to go over there to the residential complex. We don't really need to, but we can see all of the towers there. You are more than welcome to explore. We just don't need to in this video. So what I'm going to show you now is all of the key buildings and the things that we're going to need to know. And they're over here in the commercial district. So the things that you really need to know in the commercial district is, well, obviously you've got the medical center. We talked about that briefly. That's the blue building. We don't really need the bank. But just the commercial center has the bank, which again we don't need, but it's here. There's also clothing, so we can go into clothing stores. There's food stores. Lots of things where you can go and buy either aid or apparel and things like that. So I can go into clothing shops, I can buy clothes, I can go into food shops, I can buy food, lots of things like that. But the building that I'm interested in is this, which is the distribution center, the UC. So if you come into the distribution center, again, it's to the side of the mast building. So if you're looking from the spaceport as you're running across, it's to the left-hand side. In here, we're going to talk to this lady.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90%. Welcome to UC Distribution.
All right, so want to see what you have for sale?
Of course. Please take a look.
And depending on her vendor's credits, she's currently got 21,000 vendor credits, which means she can pretty much buy anything. The reason she's got that many credits, by the way, is because I bought a gun off of her. So she had a really nice gun that I wanted. I spent like 20,000 credits on it. I bought it. And now she has all of these credits, which means I can actually come across here and I can sell all of the things I want to sell. Anything from myself or from my ship. I can also sell directly from my ship. So I can do all of that. I can sell to her and she's normally got credits. She restocks every day, so it's always worth coming back in and speaking to her. Now, this is not the only option you have. This is just one option. Another option, as we come outside, is to head back to where we started. Now, where we started gives us the ability to not only use the kiosk in the spaceport, but also up on the left, and we've been there before, there is another shop building that we can go to. And that's really kind of what we're looking for at the moment, are just places where we can go and sell stuff. So if you're in the commercial, you come off the train, it's just there on the right-hand side. So that's one to consider. All right, we can go ahead and get on the transport. All right, and we can go to the spaceport. So you're going to have commercial, residential, or you're going to have mast district. All right, so now that we're here, you see we've just come off of the train. We're now at the spaceport. We can head over this way. Now, we were here before. You'll come from up here. So this is the way you'll come. If you come up here and you run up here, there's actually this building here on the left-hand side. This is the one we've been to before. So, again, the train is opposite there. So you come straight across from the train. Left down there, that's the spaceport. So if you're coming up from the spaceport, it's this building. We've been in here before. You might recognize it. This is the second place you can buy and sell. Talk to this lady.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not. Oh, please take a look.
Now, you can buy other things in other places. You can buy and sell food. You can buy and sell medical care from a medical center. But if you're talking about most items that they'll be able to buy and sell, specifically resources, these are the 3 locations you'll get them from. Okay, so this is a second location. Perfect. And then sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll be able to buy stuff depending on the credits. Not buy stuff, sorry, sell stuff at the kiosk. So you'll be able to sell stuff at the kiosk on the Space Center, which is just here. And there's our ship. So, again, that's everything you need to know. As you're running around, you'll be able to, as you see, as you come down here, look up to the left here. It tells you there's the hotel and shopping, which is the commercial side of things. You've got the safety and security over on the right, and you've got the New Atlantis transport straight ahead of you. So that building on the left, transport straight ahead, and security on the right. And yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know from here. So if we were to take the transport from here, it would take us up the top there. You can kind of see that fin that we was on earlier is up the top there, so we can see where it is. So we do need to take the train if we're going to go up there. And then we can obviously run around. You can see the residential side straight in front of us. Then we know we've got the mast building. And then we know up top there we've got the commercial district. Alright, so that's pretty much everything that we need to know. The only other place to go is the medical center. If you go there, you can get all medical aid and things that you might need. So yeah, that's everything that you need. And that's kind of the view and everything you need to worry about. The only other thing here, in case you're not aware, you should by now, is the technician. You can talk to the technician here to be able to edit your ship.
What can I do for you?
And this is the kiosk. If you go to this kiosk, you can sell things if you need to, depending if the vendor has credits. There's not always going to be much to buy. Normally you're only going to be buying back items that you've sold. But you can sell stuff as long as there are credits there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, if you want to fast travel anywhere, just press M and you can do that. So we can go ahead and we can go to the Mars District and it will just take us straight there. So once you've explored the areas, and I recommend you do that, you can then fast travel to them as long as you're not cumbered. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. It's good to run around and have a look and get used to everywhere. Again, we're coming up now from the bottom there. This is the Mars building where we started. As you can see, we're back here. If we look over this side there, that's the shopping centre that we talked about, or the commercial district. Lots and lots of things over there. And then over this side, over here, is the residential district. Now, just to give you a quick look before we end this video at the residential district, just so you can see it. Again, there are lots of shops and things to look around. The medical centre is right here that we talked about, at the edge of the residential. And then that's all the tower blocks inside. And if you go into the tower blocks, there's a few shops and things in there. Coming to the medical centre, there is actually a door on the right here. We can just go inside. And again, that's where we can go and buy any of our medical supplies. Just go inside and talk to the doctor. Also, if you've got any problems or things that you want to deal with, if you talk to the doctor, he will be able to fix them.
Welcome to
So I need help, doc. He will be able to fix you. I need medical supplies. That's where you're going to be able to buy anything that you need. Now, you can only buy aid. But as you can see, pretty much any problem that you might have, you're going to find a treatment for it here. So you can stock up, buy a few things if you need them. Totally up to you. Alright, with that being said, that's everything for this video. Don't forget to have a look around. It's not as overwhelming as you may think. It does take a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you're used to it, it's very easy. And remember, you can always fast travel. So if I want to go to somewhere, like I want to go to the lodge, for example, or I want to go to the commercial district, I can simply just click on them, I can fast travel to them, and I don't have to mess about wasting time running around. It's a nice feature within this game that as much as it's immersive and you can run around, you actually don't need to. So just get used to the area, know where you're looking. Again, if you ever get stuck, just look for this. Remember, at the front of this, where it scoops down, that's the mast. Over to the other side there is going to be the residential side. This is the commercial side. And then down there we have the spaceport. I don't know if you can jump down to the spaceport. I've not tried myself. I'm not willing to at the moment. Sometimes it's just better to take the transport if you want to go down to the spaceport. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.